Welcome back to another video. For the longest time I haven't uploaded a video. I'm doing like what's cooking. So today we're going to talk about something really interesting. So there's been some talk about this, and um, a lot of people are kind of a little bit uh, discussing a little bit upset right now because of the fact that there's been recently a disclaimer of using AI imagery. So if you don't know what AI imagery, I use it now. I'm using it right now. So if you don't know what AI imagery, it's basically like images like this. This is what's called AI imagery. If you look up like, it's basically like an image with like a Fortnite image, but with the AI itself using them. So, and then of course we have also this is also an AI image right here, not the emojis and such forth. I'm talking about the character in the background. That's an AI image, but you guys can tell what AI image looks like, and the reason why a lot of people probably upset is because of the fact that it's using certain images that are not allowed. So, for example, like if there's certain images that don't apply to the actual thing, take for example this one. This is an AI image itself because it's using like basically AI to draw a thumbnail for the actual thing. And then if you take a look at this is like pretty much a copy off of Grand Theft Auto and just like make it into a Fortnite kind of thing. And then of course you take a look at this. This is also an AI image itself, but you guys get the point. What does this mean? Well, basically, and then here's another example of what an AI image looks like. Kind of, people have used the AI image itself entirely, but Epic is technically doesn't take notice because it's not allowed to be used as AI image. Now take a look at this. This is also an AI image. I've seen this before because I use AI imagery all the time. If you didn't know, I've seen this before, and this is the what's that? Can't remember. I think it's like Comfrey or whatever it's called. If you don't know, this is called Stable Diffusion. Here's another AI image, right here. AI image itself, and you can tell between. And this is also another AI image in the background. That is, of course, Pepe. And then here's another. Well, I wouldn't call this an AI image itself, but it is close to an AI image. Um, but you guys get the point as to why people are doing this because people don't want to take the time to actually use their like actual map and like take a picture. So what they do is that they use an AI image, upload the map, then use to change the thumbnail to look like it's real. And then here's a good example of what so if you don't know what AI imagery is, it's basically like this is more like realistic imagery, but it's not really other things. Here's another example of AI imagery itself. It's just using a profile picture and such forth. And then here's another example of what an AI imagery itself. Oh my god. Look at how, like, the design itself, you can clearly see this is false advertising. I know it's called Zombie Farm Tycoon, but this is literally false advertising. I'm not saying it looks good. I've seen this before, and I know what this looks like. If you use like ChatGPT or DELE, you'll get something like this. And this is so much like something you'd see in like AI imagery itself, and it literally does. I use AI imagery all the time. And then here's another example of what AI imagery is. It's a soccer skin that really. It's a soccer skin that looks really fat. I don't know what's with the guys with the fat characters, but you guys can tell what I mean. Like this is an AI imagery itself. And this is not AI imagery because it's actually using some thumbnail artists to make it look like real. Uh, Another example is well, this is technically not AI imagery. That's just someone using Blender itself. Here's another good example of what AI image. Well, it's not really AI imagery, but and then here's another example of AI imagery. Here's another good example of what AI imagery looks like, because with Donald Trump, he's not supposed to say SpongeBob. Um, this is more like a real life real thumbnail, and like you can tell, and this is just a AI like a picture. Here's another example, AI imagery. You can see that there's quite a few AI imagery, and then we go ahead and we take a look at this. Oh my lord, there are 3 AI imagery here. So we've seen this one, we haven't seen that one. This one looks somewhat an AI imagery, but I think it is not because the way it looks. This one looks like a very much of a Blender render, but I can't tell because I don't know. And then here's another example, AI imagery itself, but it looks so like old school Fortnite itself. It looks like old school Fortnite. I don't know why it does. Um, but you guys can tell what I mean. And then here's another example of what AI imagery. I've seen like these type of pictures before, in like tycoons and things like that, and everyone shows that yeah, that's an AI imagery. This is more like a photo of a robot, probably Google and such forth. But you guys can tell. And then here's another good example of AI imagery. If you look up tycoons, right, you can see the AI imagery. It's been around for quite a while and then here's another example of what AI imagery is. You can see that this is an AI imagery itself because it looks like the character with the it's like an old school Fortnite, but with cameras and such forth with camera. And then here's another example. You can see the guy on the left. That's an AI imagery. And then here's another good example of what an AI imagery is, right? So you can see that's an AI imagery, and this is an AI imagery it's also because the face looks so like, uh, yeah. So I'm just saying that we have seen AI imagery itself. This is also an AI imagery. Um, and the reason how I can tell between if it's an AI imagery sometimes is by looking at the like. I mean, technically, this is more like a photo because it's not really AI imagery, but it could be. This is also a photo, but I did say it looked like AI imagery. And then here's another example. This is AI imagery. This is literally what's that guy's, oh man, he's my favorite singer. He's my favorite, what's his name, Bob Marley, pretty much. It looks like Bob Marley but really fat. I don't know why they do this. Like, why do people do this? Like, the thing is that they don't want, the reason why people are using AI imagery itself is because people don't want to take the time to actually take a picture and photos, because number one, like, their maps are not going to get super big on their so that's why they always do this thing like using AI to draw a thumbnail, and then everyone can be attracted to it because it looks like someone did it. And everyone's like, you've seen like people like always saying like, oh, look at this, this is someone drew this, and then it's like, oh wait, this is an AI. I'm not saying it's bad, but it does look um legit. But you guys can tell what I mean is that when you look at like image yourself, you always want to make sure that you don't want to mistake yourself. And then here's another like if you take a look, this one is, I wouldn't consider this one as an AI imagery itself, but I'm not sure. It looks kind of like an AI imagery, but I'm not sure. And then here's another good example of an AI imagery itself, taking a log or such forth. And this is more like a Blender render, but I'm not sure because it does look like an actual AI imagery, but it's way too realistic to be an AI. Because when you think of AI, it makes it look like, oh, it's copy. Like, the way to tell between an actual AI imagery, like, take for example this one, kind of looks more like a thumbnail than an actual and these are like you. These are more like AI. Like this is more like a thumbnail that people do, so they just make it. And then here's an example of an AI imagery itself, 2.58K, and everyone's like complaining how the fact is like all these players are going to these games because of the fact that number one, this is more like a 3D Blender render because the way it looks, because I can tell by the design itself, because no way an AI can actually make something like this. And also, if you can tell between the fingers and the actual fingers itself, so if you take a look, some of the fingers are missing. That's because that's an AI. And the way to tell if a finger is missing, if someone's like if their fingers are missing like this, doing something like this, it means that it's been drawn by an AI. The problem is because with AI itself, with AI art, you can't actually program to do a specific pose. And then here's another example. This is an AI imagery. Now I don't want to say this is a terrible thing. I mean, I've seen like people did this before. Uh, like loaf music and such forth. If you look up loaf music, you guys can tell between like if you look up loaf music, people have used like AI itself and to make them like to make it look cool and such forth. And then here's like Vibe in City. I'm not sure. That looks so much like AI. I mean, it doesn't look like a real like someone did it before, but yeah, I think like this one kind of like just like this one doesn't really count because I know it's an AI itself in general, but it doesn't really count because like people have used like music like for love to create their thumbnails so people can be attracted. This more or less is more like an actual AI imagery itself, but I could be wrong because it looks more like a actual thing. But also a lot of people probably don't know this is called loaf music or vibrant city or loaf music. If you want, like honest opinion, I say like you can just go on YouTube and look lo-fi music, or sorry, not lo-fi, I mean loaf music, and I said loaf, and I meant to lo-fi music, right? You can go on YouTube and look up lo-fi, and you can hit some beats, if you like something a little bit more relaxing, this is probably the best. I know some people like things like that, but let's take a look at all the different categories and what I mean by AI imagery itself. And I'm just looking at like basically different things like what looks like an AI imagery itself and what doesn't. Uh, I don't know what this does not look like an AI imagery because the way it looks, it just looks way too like someone did it. Someone just took a Jones like head and just make it black or such for it. So, uh, yeah, these are all thumbnails itself. But you saw like how many people itself, playground, battle labs, all that kind of stuff. So you can tell that when when you see like people with the AI imagery, don't just let you know is that Epic is only doing this because I mean not Epic. This is not Epic's fault. This is just the people, the community itself. And this is also another example of what an AI imagery itself. You can see the tycoons, like anything to do with tycoons. This also is an AI imagery itself. This is an AI imagery because someone drew this or someone took, and I kind of feel bad for whoever did that. Probably was like, oh, now Fortnite's stealing all these things. Uh, Now here's the question. This looks like an AI imagery. At first, when I looked at it, I remember seeing this picture, and I realized when I was didn't didn't look at it, and I seen like something like this before, and then I realized this is an AI imagery. So we've seen this before multiple times, and a lot of times when you think of like games like this, like for example AI imagery itself, Uh, you just have to look at why people do this. Is because they don't want to. They don't want to pay $100 or like $100 just to get their like just to get image to get an image, right? To get like a thumbnail artist to do their image to do a thing. A lot of times people just take a picture and post it and then just put on the thing, right? I mean, take a look at these type of image. Like, take a look at this. This one is called the high school role-playing game mode, right? This is a thumbnail artist, right? I just think like, oh wow, this looks amazing. It's designed by a thumbnail artist, all right? But if you go ahead and look up an AI imagery itself, you think like, oh, well, I mean, this looks more popular because it has a cool thumbnail and such forth, right? You know, if it, like that's the main problem is that people would rather be attracted to these like imageries, like this is not really an image, but it looks like a very much like an image. But you know, you guys get the point. Why people want to go there is because this is a because it's more popular. That's all. It just has more cooler things. Like another good example is like this one. This one's more like a photo. I think someone took a picture of that. Like a Ninjago, things that would be, and then Pip. Like you can see how many players like this because it has it has Pepe in it, right? And then if you take a look at like some other things that are not AI imagery, it's still attractive. So in general, no one wants to spend like $100 a piece, like $100 to just get their just to make a thumbnail, because it'll take too long. They gotta wait for it. You gotta wait for the render. Like, see, like this one got 13K players, right? That's a lot of players. This is only a Zone Wars type of game mode, and a lot of people probably use these AI imagery to make it so it seems popular because they have a cool thumbnail. So, in retrospect, it doesn't matter if you use an AI itself, people are going to realize, oh, it's an AI image. Because, you know, if you look up AI imagery, you can tell it's been drawn by an AI. Like, even like the way it's designed itself, uh, like lunk, like itself, like just looks so like unreal. Because no way you can have a model like this, like giant, like freaking like fat dude or such forth. But this one though looks really like, I don't know why that looks so stupid, but it looks so funny. Um, but you guys get the point. You know, people always see these type of things because they think, oh, it looks cool because everyone likes it. So, in any like, if we go to like search, and we go to like something like a popular map, I don't think there's. I can't search up like poplars or such forth. But let's say if we did choose a popular map, and then it will kind of go through, like you can see like 20, like the AI imagery itself in general won't improve the map itself. This is more like an AI imagery itself, but I don't know. It looks like someone just made it into game and such forth. But you know, like some people are just gonna say, you know, like, oh, it's gonna get popular, but it's not gonna really improve the map itself. Like any like map uses AI imagery itself, which is like it just wants to dig their hole to dig dig their self digger dig a bigger hole for them. So in my in my experience, I have used AI imagery all the time, but I don't use it. I don't post any AI imagery itself in general because well, it's just because it just seems like I'm using the AI to draw certain things because like for me, I can't draw. I like drawing, and I love like doing like I like artists and all that kind of stuff, but the thing is, like, when I see this being used as like a way to attract players. It's just like something like people just want to punch AI for creating these type of image itself. And well, honest opinion, that's just like the way life works, because like if you want to make sure that you don't want to end up doubting yourself, you got to be careful how you just put things in retrospect. So in my honest opinion, I'm not sure if this is the AI imagery itself. This might not be an AI imagery. I don't know. I can't tell if it's an AI imagery or just a thumbnail. I don't know. It just looks like a thumbnail to me. But it's not gonna cause any effect, because the AI imagery is like you can tell, like if someone has used an AI imagery itself, um, and the way it looks, like even like there are so many maps that are more popular than like small that uses AI imagery itself. Like, I mean, you can go best UEFN or the most popular maps, most engaged in your uh, trending, things like that. So it's not gonna make a huge difference itself entirely, because everyone knows that um, AI, it's just there, like, can't really do much. I mean, people use AI imagery all the time, but you just gotta be careful, right? You got like these maps that don't get a lot of popularity because they don't want to use AI, because they feel like if they use it, like they'll get banned. I've seen this before. I can't remember what. I think it was like something C. I remember it was called like confetti or whatever it's called, and I tried to use it once and it didn't really work out too well because of the fact that it looked really bad. Um, but you'll just like have to, like you'll just like think like, life with tycoon. Man, if I played this, I would probably like. I probably would play it, but I don't think it's just that big of a deal. I'm an anime fanatic, and but with AI itself in general, it's not going to change anyone's perspective in the actual long run. Um, but there are 100 different like ways that AI itself can just like ruin people's lives and such forth. But it's like, I'm not saying like you can just like try all you want, and um, I'm just checking if there's audio. Um, but I'm just gonna say this once: AI, people are gonna notice that it's AI. Like if someone uses an AI to just basically do a certain thing, yeah, people are. I mean, I use AI all the time. I use AI imagery all the time, just to generate stupid stuff, or things I want. Like I want to use my imagination with AI itself, because I can't do that with my own like two hands, because it would be taking too long, and I would have to do all the crazy things, make it like super neat, and I can't do that because it's too much work. But I understand why people are always like thinking like, oh, why did people exist? Like, why do these guys use AI imagery? Listen, listen. I use AI imagery, and everyone uses AI imagery itself. So it just doesn't matter like how many things. I know some people are upset, but it just looks like it's, you just have to be careful, okay? With AI imagery itself coming near future, you just gotta watch like how you actually proceed things. So in most cases, I would highly recommend trying it out. But in any case, within Fortnite itself, I would just say maybe you should rethink of doing your map itself. So I don't know, but it doesn't look like there's any effect like currently. Like if I go to some AI imagery itself and just go there, um, like I will tell that that game mode entirely itself won't receive as much popularity as uh, as other games. Take for example the goat Zone Wars is like it's still popular, and like you can see how many players are playing right now, and then Pavilion Box Flight, and you can see like people are like with AI, it just doesn't. I mean, it doesn't actually like do anything. Like it may attract it may attract like 13 like players currently, but I don't think this type of thing will be. I mean, Epic itself in general will use AI to actually, uh, if you didn't know, that Epic is working on a new type of system where you can use AI to basically manipulate the reality itself. So, um, if you play Save the World right now, or anything like that, right? Or like zombies or such with. Those are just basically simple programs. So if you kill a zombie, it'll disappear, and it's like, right? It doesn't do anything. Same with the Save the World. It's basically like computer programming, because they just react to whatever inside the programming, right? So they'll just attack. But with AI itself in general, it will not only introduce a way to the AI can actually change the way how the game plays. So, for example, I'm not saying it's bad, but let me tell you, there are a lot of like games out there that probably use AI, and it's kind of interesting because then you're talking to like almost like a real person, but you're not. So with AI, like with the AI itself, like when Epic creates AI, it'll not only make it where it's more intrusive, where the AI can react to your like, say if I'm going ahead and trying to attack the monster will do something like entirely different from what it used to do. So AI imagery, I mean not AI imagery. I'm sorry, too much AI imagery. Um, it'll probably not entirely. It'll probably kind of like it'll probably change the fact of how the world, like how like because with AI you can do things like tell it to like follow these. It won't be like it'll just create a programming, and then as time goes on, it'll adapt. It means that it'll start learning and finding new ways to help, like finding new ways to improve, and also create like new ways like NPCs, for example. If you didn't know, in the a lot of people probably wondering, what about the bots in when we fight those bots? Those are not AI. Those are just computer programming. Because the difference between AI itself in general, it actually reacts in a different way. So with AI, it can actually learn certain things. Like for example, like for the bots, for example, in the Fortnite right now, those are not AI, because the thing about AI itself in general, when like if it sees like something attacking it, it will react to a different way. So it won't run away, but it will attack you. So it's basically showing like how the AI itself it works, and it makes it so it doesn't feel like you're actually attacking someone with a like a bot, or like something like that's not considered uh, uh, like not considered real, like it's kind of like a real robot, but I mean a real AI robot. So the difference between a robot and an AI is that robots only follow simple commands, like it's like an animatronic, only follows simple commands, like step by step command. They die, they start over again, repeat, 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 repeat. As for AI, for example, if they see something, like say like they'll see let's say if they see a bot, let's say if they see like someone building a huge ramp or such forth, like a one by one or such forth, right? The AI can actually adapt to that certain situation. So it'll probably do something like that, and then it'll do like completely, and then it'll try to beat you or something like that. AI's coming after you. I hope, yeah. So, anyways, I think this video has gone too long enough. So I hope you guys do enjoy. Leave a like, subscribe new, and of course I will catch you all later. All right. So goodbye.